Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who is new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. So welcome to today's video, which is going to be a first impression video using the OPV Beauty Tropical Dreams palette. And this palette, a couple of weeks ago when that got released, I had that in my Will I Buy It videos as one of my favorites of the week. And when my 40th birthday approached and my sister and my mom asked me what they should give me, I said to them, please order this palette for me because it is so beautiful. This is how it looks. And this was actually something that I was missing in my collection. Yes, there is quite a bit of neutral stuff going on, but this is so interesting. It is a half neutral, half colorful, or maybe let's say it's like 2/3 colorful, you know, being a little bit like in general. This is so well done. I love this palette. So this is the first look that I created with the palette. This is the first time that I touched this palette, and I had it here for a couple of days, but I wasn't able to film, so it is the hardest thing I've ever done, or what I ever do is not to touch a palette when I got it, you know, because it's the first time when I sit down and film it, that's the first time I touch it anyway. So that's the look we created with this, and I think fall, you can come. I'm ready for the fall with this palette. It is, you know, I don't think it was even made to be a fall palette. I think this is just a very nice tropical, yeah, the way it says, tropical dreams. It's like a lightweight palette that can create like super sweet looks. I have to hold it in the camera again, I don't know. Anyway, so we did not use any of the blue shimmers, which of course immediately pop into your vision, but I think I just went a little bit against the grain, a little bit against my initial thing that I want to do, and sometimes that is the best thing that you can do. Anyway, if you want to see how I created that look and my final or first impression of this palette, I don't think it is a big of a surprise, because yeah. You see that I'm totally excited, you see that I'm happy, so why shouldn't I like the palette, right? But if you want to see how I created the look and just spend some time with me, then please keep on watching. Hi my sweeties. Okay, so it is cut crease time, it's first impression time. That's what we do here. And when you look at this palette, okay, so let's look at this. Of course, what I would go first for is the greens and the blues, but I don't want to exclusively do cut creases that are green and blue on my channel. So that's why I think I'm gonna go for the oranges. Yes, I do want to use some blues later on, maybe under the lower lash line, but I think for the main part of my eye and for the crease and for my lid, I want to use neutrals. So I think we're gonna definitely go for this. This should be the main focus of everything above the crease together with this one, and then I think on the lid itself I want to go for this gold, and then the main part should be this what is that, like a rust? I don't know how to call this. So anyway, it's like an orangey kind of orange shimmer. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do, and I'm very excited, because for me that is a totally new color scheme for a cut crease that I've not done, so that's like a birthday for me. Okay, so let's zoom in and let's go to work. Okay, there we go. But today we want to do something different, or I want to do something different, that is using different brushes for putting down the outline of the cut crease. And usually I would use a brush like this that is really defined and small and stiff, and that is the Kiko Milano 55 brush that I always use. A very nice brush for this purpose, if you ask me, because you can be super precise. But because I have only two shades, I'm going to use this dark brown to put down the cut crease, and then the only shade I want to blend it out with is that orange. So I want to put this first line down already blended out, sort of. That's the plan. I have no idea if it's going to work, but must be working, because what else can it be? You know. So I want to use a bit of a fluffier brush, but still pointed and still somewhat precise. So I think of the 9 Sigma brushes that I have, I want to use the E45 that looks like this. And we shall see how it works. I mean, I do have quite some space here to work with. I think if you have small eyelids, I don't think that's a good idea, but we'll just see. I mean, worst case, we'll just wipe it off, right? And no harm done. Okay, so we're gonna go in with this one here, and that is called Leorah, I think. And it is sort of a mixture, if you ask me, between a gray and a brown. Like it's a brown with a very cold undertone. And I think I'm just gonna put it down, you know, and then we see. So I purposefully put it down already sort of fluffy, because as I told you, the pigmentation is super, super good. Not that this is my favorite color ever. It looks a little bit like mud on my face, but just look at this pigmentation. This is like really okay. So I'm putting this down purposefully already a little bit wider, because obviously, as I told you, I just have this other shade to blend it all out. So that's why I'm just being a little bit more generous today. Okay, this is how it looks so far, and now I'm just going to swipe off that same brush, and I'm going to try to blend this edge here as much as possible. And I think you can see that this blends really, really nicely. So I think we're gonna have no problem to just blend this whole thing out with one other shade. So when I do cut creases and use something like 3 or 4 colors above the crease, then of course I need to keep that the initial color much thinner and way more defined. But today we're gonna go for this. Oh, sweeties, it's seriously hot. Wait, coffee. And then I think we're gonna go in with the orange. Without my iced coffee, I could not survive the summer here. Really, seriously. Okay, so let's go in with the orange, which is called Monaco. And I think what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna take the E27 from Sigma. I'm gonna pick this up, and then I'm just going to apply this loosely here, and then we'll see if we need to re-intensify and all of these things. But like I said, I want to have the main focus here being the orange, because who wants a mud color as a main focus, right? So we need to have this orange appear nicely, and I think it will also then play a nice, how do you say that? Like a nice, it will react nicely? No, I don't know how this one say that. I seriously don't know how to say it. Anyway, because there's going to be that burnt orange shimmer on the lid itself that will sort of pick up each other. I don't know how to say that properly. Something like that. Okay, so we'll see if that actually works out what I have in my mind, but that's the plan. Okay, I'm going to just spend some time blending out the upper edges here, and I'm still going to use that same brush and just hold it at the very end and just try to like swivel it back and forth and blend it out. And then the next thing we're going to do is re-intensify the orange and sort of, you know, so we end up having the same intensity on both sides. So that is going to take some time, obviously. So I just really want to say, and I said that in one of my recent videos already, I don't know if you saw that, if it's already up, but I just really want to say that please, these looks take a lot of time, and I'm filming something, I'm trying to press this in like 20 minutes or 25 minutes or something like this, these looks in real time, at least for me. And maybe I'm not that skilled yet that I can do this faster. Maybe there are people who do it much faster than I do, but I sit here and just for my eyes I take an hour, including eyeliner and all of this, obviously, but that's how long it takes, at least for me. So just saying, give it time, you know, because if you rush it, that's also how it's gonna look. It's gonna look rushed, and it's gonna look maybe unblended or uneven or something like this. So my personal experience is if I take my time, and that's why I'm getting up that early in the morning, so I can take my time, because the rest of my day is obviously filled with other things. So, you know, if you want to take your time, then you have to sort of know that in advance and build it into your day. Okay, so this is how it looks now after like 5 hours. Not that the shadows were not blending well, it's just it is a bit of a bigger challenge to just have 2 colors. I find it way easier to have at least 3. So that's what it is. That's all it is. And okay, so I'm going to go and place my cut crease, and then I'm going to go back. I'm going to come back and we're going to put on the shades for the lid, and that's going to be super exciting because it's a gold and an orange. Okay, who am I? Okay, I'm going to be right back. Here we are looking like an owl again, and the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna use this one, the gold shade, which is called the Bahamas, and I'm going to of course spray it because that's what I'm always doing with my shimmers. Let me just spray my brush, and then we're gonna see how it performs. So for the cut crease, ooh, this is a nice gold. This is a nice gold, beautiful. Okay, so for doing the cut crease itself, I used my MAC paint pot, as I'm doing. I'm telling you every single time. I'm just gonna try to use it up. Actually, right now it doesn't perform too badly, but I don't know. I always feel like MAC paint pot has had its time. You know, it used to be the thing that everybody used as an eyeshadow primer, and I sort of feel like it's running out of steam. You know, there are so many good things out there right now that I don't know, that's just my feeling. Okay, so this is performing absolutely amazing. So right now I'm just using a flat shader brush, but I will have to go in with a stiff concealer brush just to place it along the edges a little bit more accurately. But that's, you know, that's what I have to do always. So this looks absolutely amazing, and I'm not gonna pull it out more because I want the main feature to be the orange, as I told you. So that's, I think that's about the placement that we want to go for. Okay, now we're ready to go into this orange here, which is called Capri, this one, and I'm actually the most excited in the whole look about trying this shadow. I don't know, I just feel like I felt orange, and this is just not a super shiny neon orange. It's a super nice, maybe it's the fall, maybe that's what it is, because it sort of vibes with, at least in my mind, it sort of vibes with the season. So yeah, so that's, whoa, this is so nice. This is gonna be so pretty. So different though, you know, so different from what I'm usually doing, because as you know, if I have my way, it's gonna be always purples, blues and greens, maybe some pinks, but so this is totally different from what I'm usually doing, really, but I think this is gonna be super pretty. So this is how it looks now, and I must say I'm starting to get more and more excited about this. I get fall flower, you know, not fall flower, fall leaves, you know, with like the orange leaves on the floor, like when you go out for a stroll, and oh, this looks like fall. This is amazing. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to do eyeliner and foundation and all of that, and then as always I'm gonna come back and we'll do the lower lash line together, and then we'll see how it turns out. But so far, girls, I'm in love. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, my sweeties, we are back, and this is how it looks so far. Basically, the only thing that is still missing is the color under the lower lash line, mascara on the lower lash line, and something for the lips. So what we're gonna do now is, of course, we're gonna put some color under the lower lash line, and I was thinking that now I think we should go for something a little bit more colorful. So I think we should go for the dark blue and then blend it out with the green. I think that's what we should do. So the dark blue is called Hawaii, and the green is Eleco. I have no idea what that is. Eleco, maybe that's another island. I have no idea. Anyway, so I did put a black on my lower waterline, a black eyeliner pencil, and I think now we're just going to back that up with a thin sliver of dark blue. So I'm blowing at my brush. It must seem to you that this is like some kind of spell or something that I'm doing, but it's not. It's just that I'm trying to remove some of the pigment, because I don't want this to be super much. It's already probably too much, so let's see. I don't think I want to go more than this. I think I'm just going to blend it out then with the green. So let's just take a different brush and do exactly that. And see how it looks. Because now if I were to put too much of the dark shadow underneath, I think the whole thing would tip over, you know, like the balance and the look. So I don't want that, of course, because right now I think it's perfect, if I may say so. I really love it. And now we're just gonna add some green, because of course in every fall look there's gotta be some green left. Okay, and now I'm just going to blend this out with a fluffy brush. Something like that. Okay, I think we can totally live with this. So I'm going to finish up the other eye. I'm going to put on mascara, find something for my lips, and then I'm going to come back and show you the finished look. Okay, so this is the finished look and I am ecstatic. I'm absolutely ecstatic. I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, I'm so glad that this look turned out so well. I had no reason to doubt it, but I always doubt everything, so that that is just part of the deal. Alright, so I'm super happy with the look. There's one more thing that I did that I had forgotten to tell you, and that was this. This is the inner corner highlight. That is the shade Bali. And yeah, besides that, everything else you saw. So, okay, let's zoom out and give you a bigger picture as always. Girls, oh, I'm loving cut creases. What can I say? What can I say? It is the perfect thing to do first impressions. It's the perfect thing to live your life. Anyway, so that's what we did. This is the look with this beautiful it's a beautiful palette. That's what we did, and I just absolutely love it. We did use quite a few shades. Let's see. We used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 shades. That is pretty good for one look, I think. If we would have had more mattes for up above the crease, we would have had more. So I think this is pretty good. Pretty good. So I absolutely love the palette. I absolutely recommend it. All the shades that I used so far performed absolutely well. I'm just absolutely ecstatic. So I'm losing my voice. I don't know why. Alright, so I'm going to go off and recover. I have a long day ahead of me. I have to film some more. I have to put my kids to school. No, I have to get them ready and bring them to school, and I have a lot to do today. So let's all go on with it. And it is so hot here. I just cannot stand being here. I need a break. So that is what I'm going to do right now. I hope you had fun, and yeah, if you're new here and if you like this kind of content, then please subscribe to my channel. And if you like the video, then give it a like. And besides that, I'm just gonna see you here next time for my next video, which is gonna be super soon, and I'm so looking forward to that. So up until then, go ahead and sparkle. Hugs and kisses. Bye.